Hello everyone, my name is Devin and welcome back to my crochet gallery. Today's video is going to be super fun and a little bit different from what I normally do in my content, because my content is normally like crochet vlogs. Sorry, you guys had to excuse me for a second. I had to pee right as I started recording. But as I was saying, my usual style of content is like crochet vlogs slash market vlogs slash... I have like one tutorial up on my channel, but it's kind of bad, so don't watch it. I want to get one of those like ring... like, what is it called? What is the word? Tripod. I want to get a little tripod for my neck that like goes around your neck and then has like an extended tripod right there to put your phone on, so then I can record like me crocheting like normal and make actual tutorials for you guys, because I want to make a scrunchie tutorial and I want to make a pokeball tutorial. Like, I have patterns that I've made that I want to make little tutorials on that are like beginner friendly, but I just don't have the equipment yet to actually record it well. But that's not the point of this video. I'm kind of rambling. This video, I really want to do a yarn review. I have a yarn review in the works already, but that's kind of like a project that I've been working on for the past 2 months or so. Just kind of like, if I don't have a video to post for that week, it'll give me something to lean back on to like have something to post, you know, but it's not like my most proudest work. But this one I'm really excited for, because I just like reviewed some random yarn in that video that I'm talking about that isn't released yet. It'll be released at some point, but the yarn that I'm testing out in this video is super exciting because it's yarn from Michaels, that Michaels just got in from Joann's, if that makes sense. Like, I think it was called, I can't remember what the Posh Pearl used to be called, but I picked up one of the Posh Pearls, and yes, the tag is already off because yes, I started working with it. Okay, don't come for me. I have a pattern test I'm working on, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me to finish that pattern test with the Posh Pearl, so I can give you like my full analysis on it. And I also picked up one of the Cozy Cub, which used to be Baby Bear by Joann's, but now it's Cozy Cub at Michael's. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be doing a pattern test with this yarn because I don't think I really have another pattern test to do. I think I'm just going to find some amigurumi pattern to follow with this, and I will give you my opinions. But so far, just from feeling it, like, this feels really lovely, and I'm so happy that Michael's is having more, like, this isn't a Chanel, is it? I don't think it's considered a Chanel, but it kind of feels like a Chanel yarn. So I'm glad that Michael's is having more options of yarn that are kind of like that. That, like, I don't think this is specifically considered a Chanel, but it's like Chanel-esque, if that makes sense. But the Posh Pearl it reminds me of just like a very thin Bernat blanket yarn. It's very tightly like compacted in there, but it does have a little bit of stretch to it, which is nice. It's from working with it so far. Let me show you the pieces that I've made for my pattern test so far. So I'm making a little smiley flower by my friend Erica's Crochet Laboratory over on Instagram. So I made the bulb for the middle of the flower so far, and then I have one petal done, so it's gonna like attach right there, and there's gonna be 3 petals around. It's gonna be cute, and then there's gonna be green leaves, which for the green leaves, I am thinking I'm gonna use some Bernat Blanket Mystical yarn because I have some of that left over, and I think it would go really well with this yellow. I think it would look really cute, like a little lemon tulip. Like, stop. So I already have some thoughts on the Posh Pearl, which are positive. I do enjoy the yarn. Like I said, it feels like a thinner Bernat blanket, which I enjoy. It's just my hook of choice for whenever I use Bernat blanket is a 5mm, so I mistakenly thought that a 5mm would work well for the Posh Pearl as well. Especially because on the actual packaging for the Posh Pearl yarn, it recommends that you use a size 8mm hook. And so I thought sizing down to a 5mm hook would be good for amigurumi, but if you look closely at my piece, there are some holes in there, which I don't mind because it's mainly at the bottom where like you're not even going to be able to see it because there's going to be stuff sewn onto it. But I would, for future projects, I would work with maybe like a 4mm hook with this yarn just to like prevent any gappage from happening. But yeah, those are all my thoughts so far. Let's get on into this. I want to work on my pattern test some more. Hey guys, a quick update. I was thinking, I'm doing another pattern test for a creator called Looped by Angie over on Instagram. And it's gonna be like a huge teddy bear. It's called the Looped Buddy Bear. So I've already made the head. It's not stuffed or anything because I still have to like make the snout or the muzzle and then put the eyes in and everything and then stuff it. But I did finish the body. So this is the body, yada yada yada. I was thinking to just crochet with white burnout blanket yarn to make the arms and the snout, but I'm thinking since I'm doing this little challenge video of like pattern tests and this yarn review, I'm thinking for the snout and arms I'm going to use that Cozy Cub that I bought because it's like a light blue, and if you look at the yarn that I used for the actual like base of the bear, it does have a little bit of blue in it, so I feel like that light blue would be really cute to like add a little bit of accent to it. I thought that the white would be cute to add a little accent to it. I think it'll be cute either way, but just for the sake of this challenge video, I'm going to use Cozy Cub. But I am not working on that just yet. I am going to work on my little smiley flower pattern test instead with the Posh Pearl. So let's go and do that. Guys, I lost my regular 5mm hook. I used like just a regular standard crochet hook that's like metal. It has like kind of like the rounded tip, but I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. It's somewhere in my bed, I know, or on my floor underneath a pile of clothes, which I need to pick up. But I'll find it eventually, but for now I'm just gonna go in with my clover hook, which I don't know how it's gonna work since it is kind of like a thicker yarn. I typically don't like working with ergonomic grip hooks when I'm using a thicker yarn like burnout blanket or something like that, because there's not as much like hook space here. I don't know what this part of the hook is called. I think it's called the shank, I heard someone say. I don't know if that's correct, but there's just not a long shank. So it's like, how am I supposed to go into my stitches? But I think with the Posh Pearl, since it is a bit of a thinner thick yarn, I think it'll be okay. But I will give you updates, of course. Okay, what? Everything was going well and fine, and this hook is fine to use for the Posh Pearl. I actually quite like it, but what? What happened there? I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm not gonna cut off the yarn or anything just because I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm pretty sure I can hide it, but what? Hey guys, so I went out and ran some errands with my mom, and again, the humidity and everything, my hair is going crazy. I'm gonna wash it tonight and straighten it, so maybe the flat iron will help kind of like tame it a little bit, but we'll see. I've been working with the Posh Pearl for a hot minute. My phone died for a minute, so I wasn't able to really record like a little time lapse, but I did get this much of the flower done. It's not attached yet. The petals aren't attached to the base yet. I'm still working on the actual like petals connecting piece, but I want to show you guys what it kind of looks like the formation of the pattern, if you were curious and wanted to try it out whenever the pattern does release. Hopefully by the time that I get this video up, both patterns will have released, but I will have I'll have them linked down in the description below if they have released. If they've not released, I'll just have the creators like profile linked down below so you can stay updated to see when the pattern comes out. But this is the base, so it's just like a little teardrop kind of thing with a flat bottom, and then you make 3 of these petals and sew them together, and then you start working in a continuous round with all of these attached together. So that's what I'm working on now. It kind of looks like the Legend of Zelda, like, what is it called? Legend of Zelda logo or whatever, which is awesome. I just realized that, and that makes me so happy. But I'm gonna keep working on this. I'm really enjoying the Posh Pearl, but I must say, that little like mishap I showed you guys earlier with the yarn, it's not yarn splitting. I don't really know what it is. It's just like, because it happened multiple times when I was working with the yarn. Like, I even saved a piece to show you guys. Like, it's just fibers. It's just random fibers. And it's not like it broke off from the yarn. Like, the yarn is intact. It would be like a regular strand of yarn like this, and then it would just be this hair like folded over it. So, and then I just kind of pick it off. So really strange. Just a little strange. It's not that bad because it's not yarn splitting, so I'm not like pressed about it or anything. It just kind of pick it off and then keep going. But it is a little annoying. It's just something to note. Because I mean, obviously you don't want that in your yarn. Like, come on, what's going on here? But actually working with the yarn, like, other than that, it's awesome. I really do enjoy this. I think, like I said, I would size down on my hook next time just a little bit to maybe a 4mm, but it is coming out pretty cute. I am very excited about this. Okay guys, so I have my whips by my side and my green Burnout Mystical blanket yarn that I'm going to use for the leaves. And I did find my crochet hook, by the way. It was underneath a blanket, so everything's looking up Devin. Hey guys, so as you can see, I finished my pattern test for Erica's Crochet Laboratory, and I do not think it could have come out any better. Well, actually, I think there is one way. She added blush right here, and I didn't, but I think maybe later I might go in and add a little bit of blush just to see what it looks like, you know, make it a little extra cutesy. For the Posh Pearl, I basically already gave you guys my opinions on it as I was working with it. Very nice yarn, just would size down my hook a little bit with it, even more than normal, like down to a 4mm, which I've already said that. But I'm trying to think of like other things to say that I haven't already said about it, but I pretty much gave my thoughts already. It's very soft, very squeezable. I do want to use some hot glue to like hot glue the little petals up against the actual like bud of the flower a bit better. Just because they are kind of falling, which is cute in its own retrospect, in its own perspective. Girl, what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's cute in its own right, but I think it would be cuter if it was like all the way tucked up there. You know what I'm saying? As editing Devin here, might I just add that there weren't instructions on how to like sew the little petals up onto the bud in the pattern. I just was too lazy to sew it, so I was gonna hot glue it instead. And then we have the little leaf flowers that are made of Burnout Blanket Mystical, which I think looks super cool. I only had like this much yarn left over of the Burnout Blanket, so I'm really happy, or Mystical, so I'm really happy that it was enough to make all the leaves, and they came out perfect. It's super soft. Like, if you've never felt Burnout Blanket Mystical, it feels akin to how the Burnout Blanket White feels. Specifically the white shade, because it's just super duper soft. Like, it's unbelievably soft. And then the Posh Pearl kind of has like a bit more of a sturdiness to it than the Burnout Blanket Mystical does, which I'm really happy that I compared the two yarns together, because Burnout Blanket Mystical is pretty much the same. It's just regular Burnout Blanket. And I was kind of comparing it to the Posh Pearl already as I was working with it, but now you can definitely see the difference. Like, the Posh Pearl is a little bit smaller. It's like thinner of a yarn, like I said. Like, the stitches come out a little bit smaller than the Burnout Blanket. So yeah, that's a little bit of a comparison for y'all. Here, get a little up close and personal. See my stitch work in there. But yeah, super duper cute. And if you're looking for like a semi-quick pattern, like, it really did not take long to make all of the pieces. The longest part, even though it didn't even take that long to do this, but the longest part was the sewing, and that took literally like maybe 10-15 minutes. So I think you can really knock this out within like 2 hours. I would say this is like a 2-hour project, maybe 2.5 if you work a little bit slower, but I was kind of grinding it out, you know what I'm saying, trying to get these pattern tests done. So I think it took me about 2 hours total, but I've been working on it over the past couple of days just because I haven't had much time in between work and dog sitting and everything to sit down and crochet my pattern test. But I'm so happy I finally got one done. So yeah, guys, so I went ahead and used the Cozy Cub to make this arm. We have one arm for the looped Buddy Bear now, and I wanted to go ahead and give some of my thoughts on the yarn since I have worked with it a little bit. It's actually in thickness, I thought it was thicker. I thought it was like the same thickness as Burnout Blanket, but it's not. It's a little bit thinner. It's about the same thickness as the Posh Pearl, but a little tad bit thicker just because it's a bit fuzzier. Like I said, it is kind of akin to a Chanel, not exactly. It's just that's the closest thing I can say that it is similar to without like breaking my brain, because I only have a limited amount of knowledge, you know? So it's definitely a plush yarn, but it kind of feels like a Chanel a little bit. Super soft. The only thing is that it does cause like a little bit of friction on my finger when my hand's super dry, but that could also just be a dry skin issue. Maybe I just need to moisturize, okay? But I think working with it in small periods of time is fine. I just think if I were to sit down and make a whole like buddy bear out of just Cozy Cub, I would probably need a couple breaks because my fingers would probably start to get a little bit tired of like the tension holding it and everything. Oh my god! My stray cat! My stray cat's running across the road right now. Teddy bear. You better get somewhere safe. Oh my god. He crossed safely, okay guys? He crossed safely. That was so scary. Good morning. I just woke up and I have some new thoughts about the Cozy Cub because I'm working on the ears for my pattern test, which is due tomorrow, apparently. So we've gotta get to work on this. I just have to make another ear and the snout and then the tail and then sew everything together. But so I should be able to get that done by tomorrow. I will be getting that done by tomorrow. So once I get off work today and finish with my pet sitting and stuff, I'll have plenty of time to work on the pattern test. But as far as my opinions on the Cozy Cub, I did want to say, yes, the yarn is soft. It's like a plushy yarn, but it's not soft like Bernat. It's soft in its own way. It is a little bit stiff. Like it's just stiffer than Bernat, I would say. I am using a 5mm hook and you can't see any holes in the work, so that's freaking awesome. So I would definitely recommend a 5mm hook with it. So yeah, guys, I've been working hard, okay, on this looped bear plushie because the pattern test is due tomorrow, so I'm grinding it out. But I finished all the pieces, little parts for it, and I'm sewing them together now. I just finished sewing the pieces for the head together. I just need to hot glue a little safety eye into the nose, like the center of the nose, because I forgot to attach it before I sewed the muzzle on. So excuse me, I'm either gonna I was thinking to just hot glue a safety eye in there, but I think I'm actually gonna embroider a nose with some black Bernat, just to make the nose a little bit bigger. But let me show you the head. So this is the head. It is freaking huge. It's about the same size as my head. Twins. We about got the same full head too, so you know how I be. But I really like the eyes that I used. My mom bought me a pack of safety eyes off of, like, glittery safety eyes off of Amazon, and I think they are just gorgeous. They really elevate any plushie. So I would definitely get some glitter safety eyes if you don't have any in your stash, instead of just using the little black ones all the time, which are super cute too, but I think the glitter ones really add to bigger plushies like this. So I wish I had even bigger glitter safety eyes, but these are the biggest ones that I have, so I was like, you know, just have to work with what I got. But it's still really cute. I like it a lot, and I still have to embroider the nose, and now I'm going to go ahead and attach this head to the body, and I will show you guys whenever the whole thing is complete. Hey guys, so it's been a couple days. Yes, I changed my glasses, so how we liking them? I think they're super cute. And I did my hair, so it's kind of like a little bit wavy. I don't know. Okay, anyway, I wanted to show you guys the final results of both projects, so let me go grab those real quick. So for the Posh Pearl, I think I might have already shown you guys, but here is my flower. The pattern, super easy to follow, very beginner friendly. I would say maybe like intermediate beginner, just because there is like a few like sewing steps that might confuse very beginners. But it was really like intuitive and easy to follow, and she has like a lot of pictures in there to make it easier for you to follow. So yeah, I really like this pattern. Erica did a great job on it. And on to the Cozy Cub pattern. So for the Cozy Cub, this is what I made. Oh my gosh, it's literally humongous, okay? Like Among Us. Huge. I used these little glittery eyes that my mom got me and highly recommend. They are super cute. They're from Amazon, so just get yourself some glittery eyes if you don't have any because they really level up any piece. But yeah, super duper big, super duper cute. And this is a pattern by Looped by Angie. This is her Looped Buddy Bear pattern. And also this pattern is very simple to follow as well. It's very good for beginners, I would say, because it's just this one stitch all around, just single crochet. And there is sewing involved, which I think is a good way to like practice sewing for a beginner. It's just a nice simple teddy bear. It makes a nice simple project, and yours doesn't have to be as big as mine, okay? Hers wasn't as big as mine. I used Bernat blanket yarn and Cozy Cub, like Cozy Cub for the arms and then Bernat for the main portion with a 5mm hook. So that was weight 6 yarn with a 5mm hook, and it made it jumbo. Like I have to prop its little head up because I didn't stuff the neck properly. I didn't follow the directions completely on the neck stuffing. I kind of just went with it. And so now her head is like, ooh, falling all over, but it's okay. She's just a little sleepy. So yeah, that is the conclusion of this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, leave a comment telling me your thoughts on the Cozy Cub / Posh Pearl, how you feel about them, if you've made a project with them, and what were your thoughts on it. I have Mimsy right here. She's gonna join us for the outro. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and leave a comment and maybe hit the subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more of my content. I also have my Etsy link down below as well as all of my socials, so if you want to stay updated with me, I post on Instagram and TikTok pretty much daily. So yeah, you can definitely follow me over there. I would love to have you in the crochet gallery, and yeah, that is all. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have an amazing day. Bye!